Okay, what I have here in the mail is a 1975-76 Royal Blue Bladed Cool Breeze in mint condition. Got a pretty good deal for it off of eBay. We're going to open it up and see what we got. Lemont the Fan Man goes vintage. And usually, when I get these machines off of eBay, I search high and low for them in mint condition or low hours. That's usually how I look for them. I don't like them all messed up. I don't like them all messed up and stuff. So let's pull it out and see what we're doing with it. That's what it is. Got this thing right now. Okay, so right here, it's got a gap. And you hear that? You see how it's not really tight? This part right here is supposed to hold it. So that might cause rattle. So if you hear that rattle, it's not the fan itself. It's just the cage rattling. So that's unfortunate. But here it is. Put it down so y'all can see it. Okay. So there's a few things that are wrong with it. First of all, I'm going to have to get a screwdriver to tighten it up because the fan head keeps falling down. It keeps like going down. It's not being still. So let me see something. I shouldn't have to do these folks' work, but oh well. It is what it is. The sellers don't care to do any maintenance to it. Somebody got to care enough to do that. So I'm not going to do that on camera. I'll get you guys back in a minute. Okay, so I ran this machine off camera, and unfortunately, the sad news is that it's dry and it needs oil. And I don't specifically deal with PSC motors, but I guess in this case, the best thing I could try to do is give it oil on the front bearing and see if that will make it do better. I'll let y'all hear it for yourselves. So you never want to run a fan like that because that can screw up the bearings. I don't know if it's just the front bearing that needs it or if it's the front or the back that needs it. But yeah, if I want to save this fan, if I want to keep it, I have to do some work to it. So I'm sorry that it came that way. They claimed that it was in working perfect condition, and apparently the seller lied to me. And that's one of the reasons why I got it. But like I said before, when you go vintage like this and you get this stuff, you never know what you're going to get because the sellers don't really do anything to it. They just get it as is. They sell it. Once the customer buys it, it's on them to fix it. The seller won't do anything. They won't fix it. They won't do any of that. All they do is just pack it up for you, sell it to you, and there you go. They get the money. You get the fan. If you get it messed up, it's not the seller's fault. It's whoever owned it prior to that. So it's just some work that needs to be done to it. It's really sad because I wanted to run it, but I don't have the time right now to give it oil. I'm gonna have to get out of here and try to get ready for the day. So I might have to. That might be a whole separate video or just do it off camera. So there it is, but I can't run it like that. I just can't. It does have a spinner cap on the blade, thank God for that. So it's not a press fit. So I can pull it off and try to give the front bearing some oil that way and see what happens. See if that'll fix it. But those bearings are very dry, so it's going to need a lot of oil. So the previous owner, whoever had it prior to me getting it or sending it to eBay and then me getting it, apparently they didn't do a good job on oiling. That's the only thing about vintage fans. That's the reason why, if you're not someone that's like Jordan or Tory the Fan Man or the Super Fan Man or Courier, what's his name? Cartier Ed or somebody like that knows how to pull motors apart and work on them and fix them and do all that kind of stuff. If you're not someone like that and you get something like this, yeah, you're in a pretty tough situation if you're not the type of person that deals with motors. But in this case, if I want to save this, I have really no choice but to try it and just try it out and see what I can do. I would hate to just really get rid of it because it's such a beautiful fan and the bearings are just dry. I think it's just a matter of just giving it oil. So I'll see what I can do as far as giving it oil is concerned. Hopefully we can get this thing going, but if not, oh God, what a waste of money. Especially I'm just the average consumer when it comes to motors. But it is what it is. I can't run it like that. I let you guys see how I run. It's awful. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to get you guys back on the video because, like I said, it's time for me to get out of here. I don't have time to sit here and try to oil it, play around with it, or try to figure out how to get it to run right. That's something I'm going to have to do later. So there it is. It won't be in service until I can get that fixed. So there's that. All right. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I've changed my name back to Lemont the Fan Man because that's what the fan community knows me by, and it will remain that way. I don't want to hear about it in the comment box. Why did you change it back? If I hear it, I'm going to turn the comment box off. And then nobody won't be able to comment at all. How about that? Okay? So let me stay in a good mood. It's a brand new year. It's the second day of the new year. And I want to stay in a good mood. All right. That's it. I'm out. We'll do more on this fan soon. Lemont the Fan Man out. I gave it some 3-in-1 oil. And now it works better. I went ahead and worked on it. All it needed was oil in the front bearing. That's all it needed. I gave it a couple of drops of 3-in-1, the zoom spot, as you see right there. I'm sorry, the 3-in-1, the blue can. As you see right there, I'm pointing to it. You see the blue can right in front of the white bag? Yeah, that's the zooms. That's the, oh dear Jesus, help me to think right, God. That's the 3-in-1, the blue can. So I'm going to go ahead and run it for you guys. It runs better now, and here we go. Well, let me put the cover back on it first. Okay, let's see what we got. Much better. There it is at full power. You guys should be able to hear the windscreen. Okay, so does it oscillate? It should. I haven't tested it out yet, so let's all see that for ourselves together. And here we go. That's at full power or high speed. Kind of stalls a little bit. That's to be expected. But it oscillates nevertheless. Once it gets enough oil, I think it'll be okay. In fact, the oscillating gear doesn't take oil. Unfortunately, it needs grease, and I'm not one to deal with grease. I don't have grease for that. I don't deal with that. I'm just glad that it oscillates. Maybe it'll work itself out eventually. Let me see something quick. It's pretty decent. I don't know if you guys can hear the windscreen because I have to adjust the fan head, but let me put it back up. It's not strong enough to make that cage rattle, but it's still loose. That's still some of concern. Well, I'll give it that much. It's definitely quiet. It does have a hum to it, like a breathe, like a starve sound type hum. Not sure why it stalls when it goes to its left, which is your right, but that's just how it is. I'm thinking that the table is probably, because this table is not leveled, so if it's not leveled correctly, that might be causing it. But other than that, it oscillates. I mean, if it does that when I put it over there by the computer, then it's the oscillation. So all it needed was just a little 3-in-1. I gave it quite a bit of 3-in-1. Okay, let's check out the spin down time. After giving it oil, should be regular. Yep, everything is good. So from how it ran at first, all it needed was oil. Thank God that's all it needed was oil. Such a beautiful fan. All right, so that was an easy one. I'm thankful to God that we got it up and running. And now I'm going to use this by the computer. And I have the Galaxy coming tomorrow with the spinner cap on it, the little nut wash that you, the little nut spinner that you can screw the blade on and off. It's coming with that instead of the press fit. And then for the other one I have, the Crosley, when I get paid again, I'm going to have the other Galaxy come with that has that exact same nut spinner, because those are just easier for me so I can easily get to the front bearing and oil it. So the other two will be replaced by those, and the other two will be given away. So don't worry about what I'm going to do with it. I just told you they're going to be given away. It's better to give than to receive. So that all the vintage fans I have will be to my liking, to my contentment, and easy for me to work on. Well, there you go. I'm going to put it by the computer now. So there it is. And then that bag over there, I have an air purifier upgrade. I'll have a separate video on that. Thanks for watching. Lemont, fan man out.